All right. Come up in here. We're going to talk about it. But go ahead and take that sausage finger and hit the like button one time. All right. But welcome to the DY Prize channel. I'm your guy, DY Fly. And my beloved Philadelphia Eagles have ended their offensive coordinator search. And they have hired Sean Mannion to help Jalen Hitman Hurts and this offense ascend to the next level. After firing Mr. Potato Head, Kevin Patullo.
I do not deserve to be treated like trash.
That's right. But I have some questions. I'm not going to hold you. I have some questions. I'm not going to hype this up. If I'm looking at this on a scale, on a negative, positive scale, and we're starting at 0, a negative is, of course, that Sean Mannion has not called plays. Okay? And that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. He's 33 years old. He's very young. Still looking at the scale, and we're moving it back to 0. One of the positives for me was the development of Malik Willis and Jordan Love, but Malik Willis in particular, because when Malik Willis came into the league, he was billed as Michael Vick light, a right-handed Michael Vick, and he had all the tools, but he needed the development and someone to help him put those tools together, okay? So I think he's going to help Jalen Hurts add to his toolbox so he can expand his game and take his game to the next level. So I do think that's a positive in Sean Mannion. But I keep getting told that we are in a Super Bowl window right now, right? And this does not feel like a Super Bowl window type of move. I'm not going to hold you. This does not feel like we're trying to win a Super Bowl in the next couple years. Because if that was the case, you would make a Super Bowl winning type of move and get a Mike McDaniel. It doesn't matter if he wanted to be in the cold or not. Okay? You make a Timberland boot up your ass type of move. And this is not that. This seems like people in the building trying to hedge their bets. Howie.
Who put this thing together? Me. That's who.
Against Nick. If Nick works out, then cool. We can keep Sean Mannion in the OC position for a couple years. And that gives us stability at the OC position for Jalen Hurts. But if he doesn't work out, then we can get rid of Nick and then possibly move Sean Mannion into the head coaching position. But I'm not going to hold you. That's a lot to put on a young man's plate. Okay? We see the greatness of Sean McVay and how he's able to call plays, but he does have trouble managing the game. We see the greatness of Kyle Shanahan and how he's great at calling plays, but he has trouble managing the game. And even Kevin O'Connell, my favorite of the bunch, he has trouble managing the game. So I don't know what we're trying to do. I honestly don't. I hope it works out. I'm not going to sit here and try to rattle off his credentials or what he likes to do because he's never called plays. What does Jalen Hurts think about this? Was he involved in the coaching hiring process? I don't know. Should he have been? Probably. But he's going to let us know. Trust me. One thing I know about my quarterback is he is going to let us know what he thinks about this. And it's going to be a one-liner, and you got to catch it. But hopefully you catch it before it falls and hits the ground. But he's going to let us know what he thinks about it in one line. All right? You just got to catch it. But there's been a lot of riffraff coming out about the team. One thing that bothered me about Nick this past year is that he wasn't quick to move off of Kevin Potato Head after things started going down the drain. That's my problem with Nick. Now, he was quick to fire Brian Johnson. He was quick to fire Sean Desai. Now we're getting reports that Jeff Stoutland, his run game coordinator responsibilities were taken away from him at some point during the season. Why is that? But you didn't fire Kevin Patullo when you had a chance to save the season. I'm not liking what I'm hearing out of the organization. I'm really not. And I don't like the fact that we're hedging our bets. We're trying to, I don't know if this is a soft reset or some sort of soft reboot of some sort that Howie's doing, but I truly don't know. But let's move on because everyone keeps throwing in my face that, he's from the Shanahan McVay tree. He's from the Shanahan McVay tree. And I'm like, what does that mean? And you might be asking me, DY, what does that mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look at the Shanahan tree. Now, first and foremost, this tree, this little image right here, this is from the end of 2024, okay? But when people say the Shanahan tree, they might be thinking Kyle Shanahan, but no, we're talking about the big kahuna, the godfather, Mike Shanahan. That's what they mean when they say the Shanahan tree, okay? And why do I say this? Because Mike McDaniel, Matt LaFleur, Bobby Slowick, Sean McVay did not come from Kyle Shanahan. All of them came from Mike Shanahan when all of them worked for the Redskins, including Raheem Morris, right? So that's the Shanahan tree. But on a tree, some branches bear better fruit than others, right? And we take a look here, Kyle Shanahan. He's essentially just given us Clint Kubiak, right? He hasn't given us anybody else. Mike McDaniel. I wanted Mike McDaniel. I'm not going to hold you. I did. But then I remembered back to this, we'd have to wrap him up into 5 blankets and about 7 Chicago mink coats just to get him on the sideline to coach and call plays for our offense. So, once I thought about it, I thought he was going to stay down in Tampa Bay and take their offensive coordinator position. But, the news came out that he took the job over with the Chargers. So that makes sense. But I did want Miami Mike. And after he took the Chargers position, I wanted to go with Cliff Kingsbury. I'm not going to hold you. I wanted Cliff because he runs the spread offense, and that's what Jalen Hurts likes to do. He likes to run through the spread, and that seems like that's when we get the most and best production out of Jalen, okay? And maybe he'll run if he knows, if he can see the whole field from the shotgun position. So under center or in the shotgun, I don't care. I just want to see results, all right? But I digress. We look here, Matt LaFleur. Who is he giving us? Nate Hackett. He's a bum. He's giving us Arthur Smith. His run game is nice, right? But he's a bum. And he's giving us Luke Getsy, right? He's a bum. So we're getting Sean Mannion from Matt LaFleur, and we're expecting him to be good. Now, we look over here at Sean McVay. He's giving us Liam Cohen, Kevin O'Connell, Zach Taylor, Dave Canales from the Carolina Panthers, Brian Callahan, and Shane Waldron. He's a bum, right? But it seems like Sean McVay is teaching the offense in a particular way where they've gotten the most out of it. People are getting head coaching positions off of Sean McVay, and they're keeping head coaching positions because of Sean McVay. Okay, Zach Taylor's been with the Cincinnati Bengals forever. Should he be fired? That's another story, but he's still there. Even if these guys are just around Sean McVay to sniff his farts, people are going to think it smells like lavender. They just want a piece of that fruit from the Sean McVay coaching tree. But let's not get it confused with the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree or the Matt LaFleur coaching tree. But people keep throwing in my face that Andy Reid was a Packers offensive coordinator and, then the Eagles hired him or whatever. But I'm like, look, he learned from Mike Holmgren, okay? You look at this coaching tree, he learned from Mike Holmgren and the great Bill Walsh. To finish up what I'm saying in layman's terms, is that Mike Shanahan and Bill Walsh is a lot like Pai Mei from Kill Bill, okay? They're a lot like Pai Mei from Kill Bill. They are the masters and they teach Bill. They all have students, but who is Bill in these scenarios, okay? You would say that Sean McVay is Bill, right? Sean McVay is Bill, and he has the deadly assassin gang, right? Bill usually has the most students under him, but there's one that's always the best out of him. For Sean McVay, it's still up for debate. It might be Liam Cohen or Kevin O'Connell. We're going to see. We're going to see one of those teacher versus student matchups. But for Bill Walsh, Mike Holmgren, he was Bill. Andy Reid is Uma Thurman's character. The Bride, yeah, he's the best out of all of them, right? So Sean McVay is actually the tree that we want to actually be under, but we are getting one of Matt LaFleur's branches. And I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but the bottom line is I want to see some motherfucking results. That's the bottom line. And I don't want these guys primed to be wasted. And I'm zooming out and I'm like, listen, if we get another ring before 2030, then I would consider this regime a success, a super success. It's already been a success as it is, 2 Super Bowls in 3 years and 1 ring to boot.
Bling, bling all in your face. I think you might need to put on your shades.
Yeah, man. I just want to see some results. I hope it works out for Sean Mannion. I hope it works out for my beloved Philadelphia Eagles. But we're going to see what happens with AJ in the upcoming weeks. I hope he stays, but, does he want to be here? That's the question. So we're going to find out soon. And, of course, as soon as I hit upload, I see that this news dropped that the Birds, they hired former Buccaneers offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard as their pass game coordinator. Okay? So he's going to help Sean Mannion, help Jalen Hitman Hurts ascend to the highest level. How do I feel about this? I don't know. We're going to see. He was just hired. If we look at his page, right? He was just hired as the offensive coordinator to replace Liam Cohen with Tampa Bay. So why he got fired after 1 year, I'm not sure. We see that he did work with the Miami Dolphins and Miami Mike as a quality control coach and a wide receivers coach. But yeah, man, maybe two minds are greater than one. Maybe that's what they're trying to go for. Both of these guys are young. Sean Mannion, 33, Josh Grizzard, 35. Hopefully it works out. I don't like the fact that he got fired after 1 year, especially when the Buccaneers need an offensive coordinator. We'll see what happens, but that means Potato Head, he's definitely out of here.
I do not deserve to be treated like trash.
And it looks like Nick Sirianni, for the most part, won't be involved with the play calling and concept. So I guess that's a good thing, and Nick can manage the team and do whatever he does best. All right. So Nick, do you have anything to say for yourself?
I'm the man up in this piece. I run shit here. King Kong ain't got shit on me. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
All right. So that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe.